You're never going to see someone work as hard as I am at making you better. It ain't going to happen, folks. Everybody else is out there trying to figure out how they can monetize your attention because they need to make the money. They want to buy their Lamborghini. They want to be able to rent these villas. They want to be able to floss in front of you and say, look how great I am as a trader. And it's none of that shit coming from their profitable trades because they have no profitable trades. They have market replay marketing. That's what they have. And the things they say and the things that come out of their fucking mouth is nonsense. It edifies them through ego and pomp. It is not edifying you. It's not increasing your ability to manage yourself, which is essential. It's important to have those things. But in the beginning, you don't think that's necessary. You think it's all about, show me how to get into a trade. How can I put a very small stop loss on and not get stopped out? How can I do that every day? And you wonder why all these jokers that can sell mentorships learn this in 5 minutes, how to have 100% strike rate. That's bullshit. But suckers will buy into that all the time. Why? Because right now everything's painful. It's scary because things are so expensive. And it's going to be more expensive in 2025 and 2026 and 2027. No matter who gets in that office in the White House, we're going to have hard times. I'm not going to be immune to it. I'm going to spend more money than I'm used to spending, but the difference is I have more money to spend. You might not. You might see what happens here in the next 5 to 6 weeks, and it completely blows you out psychologically, and you can't focus because the stress is too high. And trading, you won't be able to focus on trading because you're worrying about external issues that are real tangible issues because you have a family to take care of. You have needs and ends to make meet. And you're going to tell yourself, I need. No, you don't. I have to. No, you don't. No, you don't. None of you have to trade ever. None of you need the next trade to be a winner. That's just you saying that. If you never found investing or trading, you wouldn't say things like that. But because you knew the opportunity is there and you see the influence of other people saying, look at my payout. Look at my payout. Look at my payout. They're doing that because they're signaling because they need attention. They need to remind themselves. It's like a pinch for them because they can't believe they just did that. They cannot believe they just pulled that off. And that's why they're sharing it online. Someone that is come to terms with themselves, they have confidence in themselves. They are not doing, here's how much money I made. Here's how much money. Look at me. Look over here. Hey, you over there. I know you don't even trade, but stop for a second. Look what the fuck I just did. Look at that, bro. Come at me. Nobody cares that much. Nobody cares that much. But if someone will like that comment or retweet it or give you an attaboy, attagirl, that means more than what you just made in money. That means more than what you earned in your trading. Tell me how that makes fucking sense. Some of you are sitting there laughing to yourself like, yeah, that's exactly what the hell's going on when I do it. I never thought about that either. Right. Because your shit's all twisted. Your perspective's all messed up. You're not in the market to impress people. You're not here to impress people. You're not in here to entertain people. You're not in here to measure up against somebody else. You got ends to meet. And when you're making bread on the constant, when you're in here making money, putting your nose to the grind, mind your own fucking business, making money, you don't give two shits what people think. You don't care because you've been doing it. It's an everyday thing. It's another fucking Tuesday to me. Okay. It's all it is. It's another fucking Tuesday. Nothing different. It's a different paycheck, a different income increase. And I didn't have to do anything different. But you complicate the things emotionally and psychologically by inviting other people's opinion about what you did. If you know what you're doing works, why are you posting what you made? And when someone has that, when they have that perspective on their own being, their self-worth, that is wonderful. Because no company could pay me enough to go to work for them. And that's how you should think about yourself. You're such a wonderful enterprise, such a high-end yielding income enterprise. You Incorporated. You're so fucking amazing. You're so well equipped and financially literate that you can go out there and carve your own existence out financially. You don't need to have a job. But you've been lied to since grade school that the American dream is to get a good education, get yourself a good job, buy yourself a 30-year mortgage, and you're happy. That is not what it is. Happiness is being your own person, a free person, someone that's not tethered to someone else like a slave master and says, you must perform this or you're worth nothing to me. You're useless to me unless you come to work on time. And when I call you to work, you better fucking show up. If you don't show up on time, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to dock you. I'm going to reprimand you. That's a slave master. There's no other way around that. That's exactly what that is. You are a slave. You are a slave. You're all on the same plantation. And I was on the plantation too. But I broke and ran. Every time that hammer came down and I'm doing the master's labor, selling my time for far too little money, giving up time with my own kids that I can't get back. Every other instance, I'd hit the hammer at work and then I'd hit the hammer on that chain. And over time, I weakened that chain. And when it came time for me to run and I had the opportunity to break away from that shit, I did. And I never fucking looked back. I never looked back. And I didn't give a fuck how anybody thought of how I did it. I didn't care. I had to get off that plantation. I had to get out of there. I couldn't do it anymore. And that's why I make my kids work. Because they have to have that. When they get that in their system, they can't stand it, that they're being prostituted for far too little money, being controlled and told, you must do this or you're worthless to me. Bitch, you're useless to me as an employer. You ain't paying me enough to be here. I don't care about you. I don't care about your company. I don't give a fuck about Carl. And you ain't my future. I gotta go. We're divorcing right now. Goodbye. See ya.